who you are, a little bit about your. Oh, you got one? Do I need to have this on then? Okay. All right. So as I said, every Sunday, love to solicit a volunteer to come up, put themselves out in front of everyone, and just kind of share, who they are and a little bit about their background and maybe like their spiritual journey. So last week you wrote notes.
Just a couple bullet points.
Okay. Why did you did your hair?
I know, I took a shower.
Oh, keep quiet. All right. Man, I should have you speak every Sunday so you shower before coming in. So Ian spoke last Sunday, and David volunteered to share this Sunday. So interested to hear what he has to. We know each other. Our relationship goes back a few years, and I've really appreciated getting to know him and watching him grow over the years. But the floor is yours. So.
Thank you. Yeah, he just wanted a quick 5 minutes of kind of a summary of who I am. So my background, my childhood, I'm the youngest of 3 boys. My father was a career police officer, and my mother was a bus driver. My dad retired as a police officer. My mom spent 43 years as a bus driver. So we're just middle.
Here in the back?
Yeah.
I know
you know, on a little bit louder. So we're just middle class. My sports were my life. I excelled at sports. All my brothers did. And we had a healthy appreciation of the outdoors. Grew up hunting and fishing and being outside, and just a really kind of an all-American childhood. Who I am today, I am professionally, I'm a licensed in the United States Coast Guard as a master captain, boat captain, and I specialize in boat delivery. And that means when people need their boats moved up and down the coast, they hire somebody like me to move them up and down. And interestingly, this coming week, I had my biggest one I've ever contracted. It's my first super yacht. And I'm going down to Fort Lauderdale Wednesday to pick it up. And of all places, I'm bringing it right over here to Colonial Beach. So yeah, it'll be parked here for a while. So hopefully next week you'll see that boat here.
Ask the owner if we could rent it out as a church, and then you could drive us, you could captain us out there. We could have church out there.
It's a nice boat, it really is. I only looked the part that I could never afford anything like that, but it's a very nice boat. But who I am personally, I'm a true introvert, and I'm perceived a lot of different ways because of that. If you believe in the Briggs-Myers scale, I'm a true INFP. So I'm very harmonious, just kind of discovering the world in my way. I'm really in tune with nature and animals. You often find me just kind of doing my own thing. I shy away from crowds. And I'm often perceived as arrogant that way. And what people don't know is that one of the few things I really detest in this world is arrogance and conceit. And ironically, sometimes that's how I'm perceived. But I grew up with always that kind of stigma of, he's always out there doing his thing. I'm not a big fan of the phone, but I'm always discovering the world in my way. So interestingly, I've struggled with that through the years. Most importantly, he wanted to talk about my spiritual journey. So growing up, Mom always had us in church. I had a foundation in church every Sunday. Dad never went, but he always made sure that Mom took us to church type thing. So I had a foundation in church. However, as I got older, one of my true loves is science. And I started questioning things, science versus theology, if you will. Creationism versus the things happen by just pure random chance. So I struggled with that, never left the church, but struggled with that throughout the years. And I had a lot of events that I can't cover, obviously, in this format right now, but that helped shape my life to where I am at today. However, I came running back to my faith. Ultimately, I just decided that if things happen by statistical pure random chance, there's absolutely no meaning to life in this world. And that's just, and how do I come to that conclusion? This is what I struggle with the most. It's a matter of faith. Faith is not tangible. I can't touch it like this laptop here. I can't touch it. And I needed that in my life. However, there are specific events in my life where God has spoke to me. Science doesn't speak to my heart. God has. So it really boils down to a matter of faith. So in the last, I think God has always provided me with the things that I've needed. And I use the word very specifically needed, not wanted. I'm attracted to smaller churches. Honestly, Patrick, you spoke to me, not just physically, but he spoke to me the way he delivers his message. I need that in my life. I need orthodox, and because I have a tendency to stray off course. So I needed that in my life. In the last 4 or 5 years, I have really transformed my way of thinking. But interestingly, it's not really because I wanted to. A lot of times in the past, I've wanted to do something and I didn't. Or I would attempt it, but then it kind of fell through. This time things just started happening on their own, really without me kind of initiating it, if you will. Last year, I think some of y'all know that all the years I've been in church, I never ever read the Bible. Never ever read the Bible. Always jump from chapter to chapter, verse to verse. And so Tom actually bought me a 365 study Bible a couple years ago. Yeah, I'll read it. And sat there for almost a year looking at it. And then January 1st of, not this year, but previous year, I just started reading it. And kind of just things were set in motion. I carried that Bible with me everywhere, man. People see me around with my dog Josie on my golf cart when I'm in between boat jobs. And I'm taken to the beach and we're hiding out behind the rocks and I'm reading the Bible. And so I finished it on December 25th of last year. Called Patrick, or I actually sent him a text message and said, hey, I finished reading the Bible 8:49 p.m. on Christmas night. I was very proud of myself, but it gave me context I'd never had and an understanding that I had never had. But not just that, there's other things that are happening in my life. And, I know God's talking to me, so I'm in a really good place right now. So, I know it can always improve, but I'm in a really good place. So that's kind of it. So thank you.
Oh, that was good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, seriously, ask the owner of that boat.
I will.
Yeah, make sure he has if he can afford something like that, he can afford a couple waiters, waitresses.